What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. We have some controversy to talk about here with Marvel Strike Force and these Milestone Orbs. A couple days ago, Tauna put out a video saying why you should be opening these Milestone Orbs. You can see here in the video that he has a couple of orange pieces pulled up here. This one here, notably this parchment piece, this one is actually very important because it's part of what you craft to get your tier 14 pieces on your characters, but it requires many uniques. I actually pulled one in a video earlier today with orb opening with the Unity and Serendipity orbs, and apparently I didn't even realize what I pulled at the time until people start flooding the comments telling me what I had pulled. This is a big deal. This is a piece that is hard to get. I'll show you guys here in BlueStacks here on my emulator. This piece right here, this tome here, is this parchment piece right here. That's what I pulled earlier today. That is what you're able to get out of the Milestone Orbs. This is a big deal. So if you can get these pieces that automatically save you on buying like these 5 mini uniques or something like that, yeah, that's a big time saver for you. So players were super happy to see that you could actually pull this from Milestone Orbs. The problem is, sometime after Tauna posted that video, they nerfed it. They nerfed the Milestone Orbs. Don't know what exactly is going on here, but if we pull up the Milestone Orbs now, you go in here and you take a look at it. The center pillar with the, or sorry, not the shard drops. You want to look for your gear drops here. You're gonna look here in your gear drops. Those crafted mini uniques, like the parchment piece, the silicon matrix. There's pieces here that you could craft with those mini uniques. They are now gone. And also, I mean, you can see some of your mini uniques here, like your superior encoded data. There's a couple of them here. Oh, whoops. Let me pull that back up. I'm hitting all the wrong buttons here. So your syringes as well are also a kind of mini unique. I believe your ribosomes as well. The sigils, there's a couple of different pieces you can pull from Milestone Orbs, and that you get 5 of them and you can craft one of these mini uniques that you need to get to tier 14. Or you could just pull 5 of the crafted pieces for those mini uniques and save you a ton of time, save you a lot of money, a lot of stress. Those were great pieces to have, and the chances of pulling them were incredibly slim. You're looking at a 0.04% chance of pulling them out of the Milestone Orbs. Not a big chance already. So it was basically like kind of winning the lottery if you pulled one of those pieces. It was not something you're gonna see very often, but the chance was there to get them. So players were like, "Oh, this is great. Let's start opening these Milestone Orbs." I don't know what happened. I guess someone at Scopely saw it and said, "Nope, we can't have that," because some point after Tauna posting that video, those pieces were removed. So you cannot pull Matrix, you cannot pull the silicon matrices, you cannot pull the parchment pieces, you can't pull any of those fully crafted or any part of those mini uniques from these. You can no longer get them from these Milestone Orbs. And here's the problem. This was not communicated at all, and people are pissed. Tauna is pissed, and he's kind of upset because now he feels like he basically just screwed over the player base. Shout out to Tauna for figuring this out with the Milestone Orbs in the first place. If you haven't checked out Tauna's stuff, go check out his channel already. He does great stuff with rumors, data mines, these kinds of orbs things. He has some great videos. Definitely recommend you check out his channel. But yeah, he feels bad because he basically caused them to nerf Milestone Orbs. Honestly, Tauna, that's not your fault. You did your job as a content creator. You showed something here that was great for players to use. You did your duty as a content creator. It's just someone at Scopely decided you couldn't have that, and it's just it's kind of annoying. Like, if you're going to nerf something like this, you gotta communicate. Now, I'm gonna mention it here in a moment. There has been some communication from Cerebro after the fact that he actually just did a news post, or did a post on the Discord server. I'll pull it up here in a second, but yeah, I mean, losing out on those, while I don't have a lot of Milestone Orbs, I know a lot of people had like hundreds of them hoarded up. I know Mobile Gamer just has hundreds of them because he never opens them because he doesn't need them since he's got Captain Marvel and Coulson at 7 stars. He doesn't really need Milestone Orbs anymore, so he just hoards them. So players were like, "Oh, cool, now I can use these to get these crafted mini unique pieces." Not anymore. So it's one of those things where it's just like, if you guys are gonna make this change, you gotta do the communication. Like, there's no reason to not have communication here. If you're just tell us. Then we'll talk about that here in a moment with their post. If this is some kind of bug, or if this was unintended to have those pieces in here, okay, then tell us. We won't agree with it. I still don't think that was the best idea. I think that that's kind of one of those things of, yeah, you probably should have caught it. We've seen this before already with Domino and everything. It's just one of those things like, yeah, this that goes back to the problem with testing things and double checking things and QA. This is a problem I brought up with someone at Fox Next when I talked to them recently. They asked me what I would change with the game, and I just said, do more testing. Like the stuff with Domino, that should have been easily caught. There's no reason for that. Just do testing, check, iron these things out. If you have to, bring in your players so your players can check things out, because your players are great ways of getting feedback on events. The beta tests are here for a reason, because now you can get player feedback and you can actually get a sense of what the players themselves are actually saying about this. So yeah, Milestone Orbs, I don't think you had to hoard them anyways for the Fun in the Sun event. So it's not, anyways, let's talk about this post here from Cerebro with this. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say here other than this is kind of weird. So this post from Cerebro, he says, currently there's some concerns about pieces of orange gear being removed from Milestone Orbs. Our apologies for the lack of communication on this. The partially crafted orange gear was never intended to be in the orb, and thus removing it was treated as fixing a bug. However, this needs to be communicated to you before it happens. Yes, 100%. I'm glad to see Cerebro gets this. The nice thing is community managers, they're a lot more in touch with us than we like to give them credit for. But credit to Cerebro for at least saying, hey, we screwed up here. I almost dropped the F word. We screwed up here. Apologies on our end. And yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. Just communicate with us. I get why they took it out, because I mean, getting 5 of those crafted pieces, that's really cuts down on the grind and everything. But at the same time, it was such a low drop rate. But I get why they did it. I'm not gonna defend them doing it, but I can understand from their point of view why they did it. But definitely should have gone over this a little bit more and thought about some more. He goes on to say, the plan is that next week we'll put the gear in question, superior parchment, close combat tactics, silicon matrix, superior x-rays, and morphic peptides back into the orb, and it will stay there for a week to allow time for anyone that wants to open the orb for the chance at the gear to do so. After that week, these crafted orange pieces will be replaced with gear commonly referred to as mini uniques that are not currently in the orb. We'll keep you informed along the way on this topic so you know what's happening in advance. So here's what's weird. Let's go back to this. Let's talk about this one more time. And yeah, just once quick shout out to Tauna. If you haven't checked out his channel, do so. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like his videos. Good stuff from him. Let's go back here to BlueStacks and let's talk about this just a little bit more. I don't want to get out of here, Gold Orbs. So what we're talking about here are these pieces. We'll pull them up here. These parchment pieces that you see here. So you have these parchment pieces. You have these superior runes. They don't quite say what mini uniques that are not currently in the orb. So I'm guessing he's talking about like these Shoggoth Ichors, because I don't believe you can find them in Milestone Orbs. So the Ichor you can probably find. The lattices, I don't think you can find them either. So we will start to get these other mini uniques in here too. So these kinds of pieces, let's take a look. That's Mystic. Let's take a look at Tech. Let's see, Shuri, if we can take a look at what she needs. So over here, nope, not that. Can I get, nope, I guess I don't have the, here we go. So for her, we'll have like these tachyon conductors. I believe Omnium ore could possibly be in the Milestone Orb too. But yeah, some of these pieces, so these nanites, those kinds of pieces are what they're probably going to be putting into the Milestone Orbs. They say mini uniques, and I'm assuming that's what they're talking about here. So it's not like everything's gone completely nerfed. It's going to be worse off than it is right now. We are not going to be able to get what we could before, so we won't get like the parchments, those runes, things like that. But some of these pieces that weren't in here before, so yeah, you can see we don't have like those Ichors. We don't have some of those crafted pieces in here. We will be able to get those after the fact, but right now they are not here. So we will be getting them sometime here soon. So At least they're not completely nerfing our ability to get those pieces. That's great. So I I'm trying to be nice without like ranting here and like cussing them out. But yeah, I mean, Scopely, you gotta communicate with us when you do this stuff. Like, you can't just nerf things like this and then just not say anything, because I have a feeling if people weren't like tagging Cerebro about this on Reddit and everything else, he would have had no idea about what was going on with these orange orbs, who walked in Monday to just an absolute fire at the studio or with work and everything. So, I mean, this is kind of stuff that communication is key, and this was where you guys really screwed up, and this is where you guys have got to be better. So let me know down below, what do you guys think overall of this? I know a lot of people are going to be angry about this, definitely justifiably so this was definitely something that needed to be communicated, and at least they're not completely getting rid of the ability to get many uniques. So it's not like Milestone Orbs are gonna be completely useless once again. You still have a chance to get those mini uniques at least, but not as good as before. Let me know down below, what do you guys think? As always, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. I will see you guys next time.